Time now is 8:35. Going back to our flood coverage this morning, parts of downtown Davenport are underwater after the HESCO barriers that were put in place to prevent water levels from impacting the city were breached. Dozens of people had to be rescued by boat when the waters continued to go up. We continue our team coverage of the impact it's having on the city this morning. We have Andrea Medina. She's live in downtown Davenport, and Yukari Nakayama is live at Centennial Bridge. We'll go first to Yukari. Good morning, Yukari. How is the water impacting people's commute across the river this morning?
Good morning, Alexandria. It's no surprise, and it comes to no surprise that the HESCO breached barriers that happened yesterday has affected businesses and local organizations in the Davenport side. Today, I am joined by Ryan, who is one of the members of QC Collab. Ryan, what kind of work do you guys have ahead of yourselves?
Well, we've been keeping the basement dry. We've got about 10 pumps running in the basement. We just had a breach of our sandbags that we're working on fighting back with some pumps. We're about to rebuild them, but trying to stay dry, trying to keep the lab afloat. So,
what was your reaction when you heard about the HESCO barrier breaching yesterday?
When they broke yesterday, we thought we might see a little bit of a surge down here. We ended up not seeing that much. We were ready for it. We had the bags up. I feel for the guys uptown, though. I don't know how ready they were with bags, and seeing some of the drone footage, yeah.
Absolutely. So how many sandbags are you guys expecting back here?
We've got probably another load coming we're going to fill, but we're going to probably get up another 2 feet or up the street another 2 feet here, try and get this up another row, see if we can keep it dry. So.
Right, and so, what do you guys hope to see in the next coming days?
The river go down. We're supposed to crest today between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. So we're hoping to see it crest and see these barriers keep. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. We will bring you the latest updates on what's going on here in Davenport and more updates on the flooding, all that kind of stuff. So stick with Fox 18 for now. Live in Davenport, Yukari Nakayama, Fox 18 News.
Yukari, thank you. And we also have Andrea Medina, who is at Perishing and 2nd Streets. Good morning, Andrea. How are things where you are?
Yeah, it's going to be a while until this area dries up and it's completely accessible. Now take a look. It looks like completely like a swimming pool out here. The HESCO flood barrier broke at about 3:30 yesterday and came rushing up to Pershing and 2nd Streets. We're actually just down the block and up 6 flights at the River Center parking ramp from that scene. We're at high ground because we want you guys to see this view of the Bucktown neighborhood. Neighbors tell us the mighty Mississippi River only took seconds to fill a section of downtown Davenport, and this area hasn't changed much since yesterday afternoon. Cars can still be seen underwater between the Pearson Paper Company and Bucktown Community Center. A dumpster is still sailing in the middle of the street. Sandbags are visible and protecting the entrances of businesses, and city trucks are blocking the affected area so drivers don't get through. Now you'll also see that at the intersection of 2nd and Perry Street, the water stopped midway through. Businesses like Barrel House and Crafted Quad Cities were able to stay dry, but a building over at Exit Realty Fireside and the Bucktown Community Center weren't so lucky. All of these businesses and the ones on River Drive are closed until further notice. Fire crews helped owners get in and out of the building by boat to salvage the merchandise. They also helped residents at the Pearson Paper Company lofts to get in and grab their personal belongings for the coming days. Emergency crews worked fast to get everyone to safety, and I mean, they were just remarkable. But the unsung heroes are all the people who came out to pitch in to save these businesses. Dozens and dozens of them showed up and began filling sandbags and lining them up on 2nd Street to stop the water from rushing in.
Now we just try to help businesses and restaurants, and I definitely plan to be a part of help cleaning up when it's all done too. I think it's the way it's supposed to be. My thought was, what if this was my business or my livelihood, or somebody that I cared about, and it was their stuff that was getting wrecked by this water, and so I would hope that somebody would do the same for me.
It just goes to show that when tragedy strikes, everyone works together to assess the situation. In this case, so many Quad Cityans actively try to keep water far back as possible, but unfortunately, they might have to do it again, and that's because right now the Mississippi River is currently at 22.21 feet, and it's expected to crest by lunchtime to 22.63 feet. Now, that's just shy away from the 1993 record, so we're getting pretty close there. Back to you in the studio.
Andrea, thank you. It just shows how the community does come together when a tragedy like this does strike. And we're hoping that we have a little bit of a break before we get any more rain, just because of how brutal it's been these past few days, Ash.
Yeah, absolutely. Very lucky here today that things will be mostly dry, Alexandria. We're looking right now at the river continuing to rise here. Let me go back real quick to just the sky cam. You can see how far it's climbed. Yesterday, it was just at the kind of foot at these buildings, kind of getting closer to the sidewalks up there, but now it's completely getting onto that part of Pershing right there between 2nd Street and 3rd Street in Davenport. So it is making its way northward here, and it's going to continue to climb a little bit as it broke that barrier yesterday. So really the best view in the Quad Cities of what's going on here from the Skycam here in Rock Island, about 350 feet off the ground. So it's cresting today. More rain is on the way for tonight. Good news is that's not going to make it go up anymore, but it is going to maybe kind of prolong how long we're going to stay at the crest. 70s all the way by the weekend, so there's a little hope ahead of us here. But so far here, we've just had a lot of rain, especially recently, but overall the past 12 months, only 2 of the past 12 months were below average rainfall wise. Otherwise, 14.41 inches above where it should have been for our average rainfall. So we've had a ton. The ground's been saturated, and anything else we get is floating right into the river. So just a little bit of a correction here from what you heard a second ago. It's actually only going to climb to 22.4 feet. The all-time record is 22.63 feet, but today 22.4 is still very, very high, very close to that record, just inches away from it that was set back in 1993. So we'll likely jump into the top 3 spot here, which that would break the 2001 record of 22.33 feet. More rain on the way, chance for a little bit tonight, and then more on the way by Sunday and early next week. Light showers tonight, but it could be a little more moderate to heavy for that first part of Sunday through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Good news is it's dry for today, giving us a little bit of a dry slot. Any dry slot we can get, we'll take. And then as we go through the night tonight, those isolated scattered showers make their way in. We'll see a few more scattered showers through about lunchtime tomorrow before it all finally clears out. More sunshine for Friday, Saturday. Right now we're in the upper 40s, lower 50s. We'll climb to the mid and lower 60s this afternoon. Pretty dry, pretty much drier and pretty calm. Mild tonight as well, and temperatures should peak in the 70s by this weekend. Alexandria?
Ash, thank you. And in more local news, one man has been treated after walking into the Genesis East emergency room after being shot yesterday morning. Davenport police responded to Kirkwood Boulevard and Pershing Avenue area. Officers found shell casings in a parked car that had bullet holes. Genesis Hospital told police about a man who walked in suffering from a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. You're asked to call police if you have any information about this shooting. And there were more reports of shots fired last night near Telegraph Road and Oak Street. We spoke to neighbors nearby who say they heard multiple shots. Police searched the area, but no word on casings being found. A garage fire in Bettendorf is expected to be a total loss. It happened this morning just after 1 on 179th Street Place. Fire crews had a hard time getting to the fire due to the flood waters. Officials we spoke to said they would be letting the fire burn out due to the water. Everyone made it out safe and no injuries were reported. And thanks for watching Fox 18 News. We'll be right back.